the Democrats have been sort of very quiet, we can argue. And now we see in town halls that Republicans, independents, and Democrats are sort of saying, wait a minute, we didn't sign up for this. Slow it down. We don't want to cut veterans' benefits, for example. So now the Democrats need a message. And this is an opportunity politically for them to make a point, make a stand, say we're gonna stop the bill that the House did. We're gonna shut the government down. Democrats do not like to shut the government down. That is not their MO. Democrats like government. They think it does good things.
Come on. I mean, Wendy, the known world fell over last night as the senator from New York caved in to President Trump. Let's start with basics. If there's a shutdown midnight, like right when they're doing qualies in Australia for the F1, Wendy, if they shut down, what actually happens?
Well, I mean, so they shut down over a weekend. It's a little bit less, the essentials, if you're deemed an essential worker, like, TSA workers, for example, air traffic controllers, then you have to come to work. You have to come to work and you don't get paid. And usually they give you back pay after the government shuts down. You're not paid for a while, but that's not a guarantee under the Trump administration. Problem is that the president designates who's essential. And the Democrats are worried that this will be an opportunity for Trump to take a lot of people, out of the running and deem them non-essential. And then if they're non-essential, then they don't come back to work, and maybe they never come back to work.
But
so the Democrats are facing they're worried that they'll decimate the federal government even more than they are now.
Oh, come on. I mean, we're in original territory. I get that. I'm not critical of Republicans. I'm not critical of Democrats. But if we shut down, and granted the executive office can do whatever they want, I guess, in that, isn't it repaired down the road by the judiciary or by the legislative branch if they choose and if they get majority power?
6 or 8 months ago, I would have said, yes, all those separation of powers mechanisms would work. I don't know that they will work now. Trump and the Trump administration is testing the limits of everything that we've lived under for a very long time. And we don't know. We just simply don't know if the federal courts just said that you have to send all the Veterans Administration people back to work. Will the Trump administration do that? And under a shutdown, they have the administrative authority legally to designate those workers as non-essential. Then they go away. So I think that is Schumer's decision. I thought it was terrible politics for Chuck Schumer to come out blazing, I'm not going to support it. And 36 hours, not even later, he says, no, I'm going to support it. I think that is weak leadership. I think that's going to make Democrats very unhappy. And if you don't start to rile your base up at some point, if the Democrat Party, then you will disappear. So I don't understand the political calculus here. I think it was ill-advised, but I understand the substantive calculus for the Democratic Party saying to themselves, it actually ends up ceding more power to Trump to shut the government down. It's a long explanation, but that's what they're thinking. So my guess is that they don't shut the government down, but unless they find some other way of making a stand, they're going to lose their own base that's going to look for some other alternative.